Okay, let's go ahead. Welcome everybody here watching this session. I start in seconds. But the first and foremost thing would love to say to all of you, amid all the rumors or reality that you've been witnessing for last 2 days after the results of SSC CGL Tier 1, you better know what I'm talking about. Hashtag scam. I'm not aware is that real or not, but still would love to suggest to all of you watching this, you have the common sense. Doesn't matter what has happened. We don't have the authority to change that. We don't have the authority. It's better if we work hard, because there have been people who have been selected because of their hard work, sheer hard work. Some of you in my contact. So whether that's true or false doesn't matter. We'll be working hard and getting selected with sheer determination. Okay. Welcome KP Vishal, Icha Manish, Jai Jagannath brother, Gautam Radhe Radhe, Nitish Aditya Lavkush, Sandhya Nancy, Isha Kamal, Kishan, Radhika Wrinkle, and all of you here. Starting the session now, let's go ahead. The leader's speech was intended to foment unrest among the people. This is like stir. The meaning of stir is also to have mass protests and have disharmony among the people. You have to mark the antonym. Brew, just like coffee brews, brewing anger, synonymous. Welcome, Suman Gungun. Abet is also to persuade someone to do something negative. The crime was committed by someone abetted by his friend. That means he invoked him to commit the crime. So this is also synonymous. And the word Kindle, Amazon Kindle, I think I'm not wrong. It seems good, but the meaning is also to put something on fire. So that may be wrong at first, in my opinion. Kindle is to fire. Abet is also to invoke, provoke someone to do something negative. Brew is also the same, but the word dissuade is the opposite of if I say persuade. So when you persuade someone to do something, you ask him to do that. Would you go with me? And if you dissuade someone to do something, you deny, you restrict, you prevent them from doing that thing. So the answer is going to be this one. Visal Vishali, good evening from my side. Welcome. It's not mathematical ability. Next, which does not have the spelling error if we mark. Researchers studying terrestrial, that is horrible. Terrestrial, won't be reading that further. Then, when we started this company, we knew that we wanted to do things that were upbeat, fine, energetic, and enlighten. Words with en either at the beginning, shaw becomes ensure, or at the end, they are en, not n alone. So enlighten, the spelling goes en, enlighten, ten. So this is also horrible. Scientists have studied how the bodies of some large animals, such like this, have adapted to withstand. This is also horrible. Welcome Ramnivash. Shweta, Har Har Mahadev. Hey dear. So first one is wrong because of terrestrial. The second one is horrible because of enlighten. The third one is horrible because of withstand. After all, the fourth one is supposed to be correct. And that is because for a membrane to be healthy and functional, it must therefore be sturdy, fluid, dynamic at the same time. So this is all fine. Moving ahead. Parasymbols, easy in my opinion. This approach, which approach, hey dear? The government is introducing comprehensive policies. I can take this keyword now and talk about those policies further. So government is introducing policies to address environmental issues and promote sustainable practices. Okay. These policies focus on reducing pollution levels, encouraging the adoption of renewable energy sources. Now that approach may aim to do this and that, and additionally, not only all these things, strict regulations will also be mandatory. So starting with B, okay, in a couple of options, and then C at the end. After that, the government is introducing policies, and these policies focus on this and that. Welcome Yogesh, Sneha, welcome. Hey dear. Okay, Yashwanti. So moving ahead with the same flow. Online education has revolutionized learning by providing access to resources from experts worldwide. You can say that's a positive statement. Talking about online education with the pros, KB. Students can learn at their own pace, making education more flexible, accommodating individual needs. Another positive statement. I'll be putting both of these together. But the next one, however, technical challenges and unequal access to digital infra and the reach to these and those communities. However, these are some challenges, and addressing these challenges, the first thing is both are negative, and I can make the best pair of this parajumble, these challenges, C and D after that. So I'll be putting online education, the theme of the passage first, A, B, C, D, I think that should be the answer. A, B together, C, D together. C can't be the first one, A has to be the first one, and C must take D after that. Flat line, Nancy. Another one, AI is rapidly transforming industries, automating processes, and enhancing decision-making capabilities. Companies are investing heavily in AI technologies to gain a competitive edge in the market. Fine. Again, I would say the same. That's a positive statement. That's a positive statement. Fine. However, the negativity now, it must be clear. Hey dear, can't be clearer than this. You are requested to please enhance the video quality because I can't go down a lot more. If I wish to, let me go down. Okay, just a sec. That is clear, but still let me make myself a bit more black. Fine, I'm all okay. So the concerns over job displacement and ethical issues surrounding this must be addressed. So if you address all these concerns, what about the solution? Balancing innovation with the responsibilities is crucial for the growth of all these things. I can say that's a concluding statement, balancing both the things, because that's the problem here. Welcome, Sanjana. And starting with AI, either this or that. So people say A should be the first one because that is defining AI. And if you click A, the first one, you will get wrong marks, because the thing is C should be the ending one, because that is talking about the conclusion, the possibility, the solution of the problem out there. C should be the ending one, and C, the ending one, available in just one. We made a mistake, people here. So that should be the answer. Doubts welcome. Many people lack basic knowledge about personal finance, leading to poor financial decisions. Okay, I think you're talking about this. Financial literacy is essential for managing budgets, investments, and debt effectively. Okay, so financial literacy is essential for all these things, and many individuals lack this basic financial knowledge about personal finance, leading to this or that or that. I think DA is all sufficient. I can click this, but still let me realize or read it further. Financial literacy is all essential, then people lack the basic knowledge. Okay, then B and C according to them. Because of such decisions, oh wow, we have the perfect choice now, leading to some poor financial decisions. And because of such decisions, I won't look at the next sentence. I will click the answer in the examination because I'm damn sure. Yashwanti, great. Absolutely. Okay. His parents declared they were opening a new store in Mumbai. Okay, they declared they were opening. That means they declared they are opening should be there. Have is not there. Have is not there. Is opening, you can't say, need not change that. We are opening, the answer. I left this one, I skipped this one. Our neighbors have a small ornamented tree or shrub grown in a pot in their country yard. All the words were quite new to me, although I have heard these, have gone through these, but not sure about the precise meaning. It's better to skip such a question if we come across. Welcome, Gunjan. Avijit, good evening. Hey, brother. I don't know. Sensei, it seems to me the brand name Sensui, Arboreal, Bonsai, Orchard, and something such. I didn't attempt this. Let's go unattempted. You are correct. Sensei, whatever the pronunciation be, means in martial arts a teacher. We can't mug up Japanese names and such. No problem. I skipped it, KB. I skipped it. Arboreal relates to the trees or living in trees, defining animals like monkeys living in trees. Bonsai is a Japanese art of growing, cultivating small ornamental trees. It also means an ornamental tree or shrub growing using the art of bonsai. Orchard is a piece of land planted with fruit trees. Fine, technical terms can't be mugged up that way. Avijit, hey dear. Okay, so moving ahead. She had completed the project is all fine. She had completed. That means the project had been completed. Was no. Had been okay. No has been. Is no. Need not. Look at the next sentence. Okay. Next. Greater investment in more sustainable business practices offers avenues. That means ways. Greater investment gives you ways for organizations to meet their environmental goals. Complaints is a negative word. You have to find the synonym of the word avenues. Basis, maybe not a negative one. Combination is not a way, but the approach can be a way to do something. My approach to this problem, my approach to this situation, and that way. So that's my way, how I deal with the situation. Select the sentence in which the ing form expresses the continuity of an action. Remember those words? She's dancing. If you say she is dancing, then this is the finite form. If you say dancing is a good exercise, in this case, this is a noun form, gerund. And a dancing girl was there. A dancing girl was there. In case you have another noun and you wish to modify that, that's going to be the participle, the adjective. Something such available here. He enjoys reading books. Reading is a gerund here, the object of the verb. Writing is a skill. Swimming is a good exercise. That's another gerund here. Her singing was praised by everyone. Singing is another gerund here, the subject of the sentence. The dog was barking loudly. Done. The only way you can show an action with the help of a verb. He often watches a documentary in the afternoon. He often watches a documentary in the afternoon and is completing it before dinner. This is present continuous logically. Think about this logically, not in terms of the norms we have mugged up from books. He often, quite frequently, not just one day he's doing something. He often watches a documentary in the afternoon and completes it before dinner. The same documentary he watches in the afternoon, he completes that before the dinner. People who attempted this can feel the difference. Okay, I also make mocks where we edit after picking a sentence. So probably the one who designed this forgot he is writing here something different. He wrote here something different. He forgot to mention that. It has happened with me a lot of times, no problem. So the correction will be neither this nor that. He completes it. He watches and finishes. He completes that. Should be in present tense, not past or present continuous. That's the general action he does quite often. Neither the manager or, okay, neither does not take its pairing with the word or. Neither nor should be there. And that's a blunder, need not go ahead further. Yes. Predictive text algorithms, which use what we have typed in the past to suggest the next words in a sentence as we write. Before feature on mostly smartphones. The first thing is you should have a verb in order to make the sentence complete. These algorithms, find the description, do something. There should be a finite verb that we don't have. Impossible. And the next thing is smartphones is a noun form. You can't use an adverb to modify a noun form. Mostly cannot be there. So fraction B and C impossible. Either this or that. Now you just have the difference of finite form. So problem please, Shikha. What's the problem? Already feature, already features. Predictive text algorithms. My subject is plural, algorithms. No SES to the verb should be there. So answer must be the first one. Don't think about D. Why? It has an SES. No, 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 no. Your subject is text algorithms. You have the non-defining clause here, which use what we have typed in the past to suggest the next words in the sentence as we write. These algorithms feature. Were you thinking of this in Hindi? They are featured in most smartphones instead of on most smartphones. No. First of all, think about the blunders, not the mistakes. They may be contextually fine. Features, algorithms, impossible. Answer the first one. Doubts welcome. Some critics are not so much opposed to capital punishment as postponing it for so long. Okay. Some people are not so much opposed to the capital punishment as they are not so much opposed to this as they are to postponing this. The first one seems fine. That means this. As some critics are, just a sec, you can't use a noun again in the same sentence. We have a noun out there, some critics, impossible. They are to postponing is all fine. But you don't have a conjunction as much over there. Remember this pairing of so, taking this as you're not so smart as I used to think of you. You are as smart as your father. It doesn't take the pairing with as much. So as much, impossible. Critics, again the same noun, impossible. Either this or that, pick the better one. Some people are not so much opposed to capital punishment. They are not so much opposed to this as they are to this. I prefer coffee, I like tea, I prefer coffee more than I like tea, in order to demonstrate obviously to tea in that way. So they are not opposed to this as they are to this. A better choice will be fraction B. Doubts? Welcome. As all the RCs were simple, KP, huh? King Krishna Devarya, probably the pronunciation B. Radha Radhe, Kajal, loved horses and had a collection of some of the best breeds of horses in the stable. Once a horse trader, you need not go through the complete RC because you have gone through. This is the description video. All these things lie, and I'll explain the situation. Okay, let me read this out for you. No problem. We have time. So he had a collection of some of the best breeds of horses in the stable. Once a horse trader from Arabia came to the court and told him he had some very good breed of Arabian horses for sale. He invited the king to see the horse that he had brought with him and told him if he liked it, he would send the other horses too. King loved it and gave him 5,000 gold coins in advance. And he promised he'll come back within 2 days. 2 days passed by, 2 weeks, and still the trader did not return. The king got more and more anxious. One evening, to relax his mind, he went on to take a stroll in the garden. He saw someone writing down something on a piece of paper. He went up to him, asked what he was writing. He didn't answer. He further quizzed him. Then he looked up and told the king he was writing down the names of the biggest fools of the kingdom. Okay. The king took the paper from him and saw his name written at the top. Feel this. The king saw the paper, took the paper, and saw his name written at the top. He was furious and asked for an explanation. To that he replied, any man who gives away 5,000 gold coins to a total stranger is a fool. The king asked, what if he returned with the horses? He said, in that case, that man will be a fool. I'll write his name down instead of yours. Okay, so what about the meaning of furious, if you say the antonym of that? Fast and furious, all of us know. Fast and furious, that is going to be angry, the meaning of this. All the best, Kajal, for the steno examination. So furious is angry, enraged is angry, vexed is also perplexed, fuming is also being, and I should say angry, fume, fire, that way. The only word here, antonymous, is going to be, say, tranquil, which is cool, calm, composed, serene, and that way. Why did he initially write the king's name at the top of the list? Because the king gave 5,000 gold coins to a stranger without his authenticity, something such. Because the king had been fooled by the trader's promise. Yep. King was not trustworthy. The king was trustworthy, not the trader. Because the king had failed to pay the full price, he did pay 5,000 gold coins. King did not seek advice from his ministers. Nothing such has been marked in the passage. Welcome, Simran. So he had been fooled. That's why his name was there on the top of the list of all the fools. What was the reaction when he saw his name over there? He got furious. The king got more and more furious. He was furious with him. He laughed. He didn't. He got furious. Of course. In the same fashion, the last one. What is the tone of the passage? That was an intriguing one. Serious and formal. It's not serious because and formal also. The person is saying, marking, considering the king the biggest fool of all time. You can't be formal this way. In formal communication, you can't say to your father, to your teacher, to your king, to the prime minister that he's a fool. You may say he hasn't taken the right decision. I think his decision hasn't been taken in a right manner. There could have been a better possibility in something such. You can't say he's a fool. Horrible. Can't be formal. Humorous. I think yes, he was straight to the point. You are a fool. Okay, what if he returns all these horses? He comes back with this. Then he's a fool. Maybe humorous. He wasn't angry. The one who wrote down the names were not angry. No pessimism, no regret. The king did not express any regret. Oh my God, I've made a bad decision. I shouldn't have given that stranger 5,000 gold coins. It is not marked over there. So not pessimistic, nothing negative. No serious conversation, maybe serious but not formal here. You are calling the king the fool. Okay. No angry, a little angry. He was furious with that. Not the whole passage was angry in that way. Humorous and putting satire. You are a fool. Huh. What if he comes back then? He's a fool. Satires and also humorous. A better choice. Okay. A certain is to make sure, I would say. Certain, a certain, make sure in simple words. Execute will be the same. I have a plan. I'm going to make it certain. I'll be executing this fine. I believe in that. Synonymous. Hide or relax. Relax is still a positive word. To make sure I won't come in the evening. Hide. A better antonymous one. Objections welcome. She's an expert in the Japanese art of paper folding. I remember sushi as a food item, if I'm not wrong. That was my impulse. Haiku, I don't know. Calligraphy is is beautiful handwriting. Origami have gone through SSC's PYQs, so I was able to answer this. Satire, when you make mockery using stuff like that. Come on, the Prime Minister has taken such a decision. He's what he wrote in the story. Come on, he's this. Satire. I can't, you understand Hindi? Vyangatmak we can say. Vyangatmak. Vyang in Hindi. Yep. We can go through haiku here. Sushi, dish made with rice, seafood and other ingredients. Origami, paper folding. SSC has asked this in one word, so I remember. Haiku. Came across this for the first time. Traditional form of Japanese poetry consisting of 3 lines with a 5-7-5 syllable structure. I think the one who designed this Oliveboard mock has been to Japan quite recently. Calligraphy, beautiful handwriting. So he's putting all the options from Japanese culture. Okay. The octopus is a fascinating marine creature, I'm sorry, not a culture, known for the intelligence, distinctive appearance and remarkable adaptability. With 8 flexible arms, blank space with suckers, it can manipulate, okay, flexible arms, blank space with suckers, lined with, fine, aligned with, all okay, lines. You should have a non-finite verb here. A finite verb cannot be here. Drop it. Segment is a noun form. Arms is another noun. You can't have a couple of nouns out there. Drop it. Ray will be another noun. Drop it. Grammatically, only first one was all fine. Just the first one. Now let me check the second one also. It can manipulate objects, navigate the environment with ease. They are renowned for their ability, perfect, to change colors, texture, aiding in camouflage and communication. Yes, need not think about the others. The team needs to blank space the new software before it can be implemented. You just need to check first, test first before it is used across the company, across the nation, and such. You have to test this first. Bring about is to make the changes, but we have to test the new software first before it is used by the other people. Carry on is to go on. Set off, nothing such. Try out, test will be a better choice. The software update is blank space and blank space, then the last one. You better know we should have comparative degree. More efficient, comparative, faster, comparative. Answer. What about the others? Efficient is all fine. Sorry, faster is all fine, but efficient is a positive degree. You can't have then after a positive degree. B dropped. Most efficient, I can't have then after a superlative degree. More efficient is all fine, but more faster is more faster. Double comparatives shouldn't be considered correct. Teacher advised the students to blank space their phones during the class to be disturbance free. Hey, bring your phone during the class. But if you bring your phone during the class, you won't be disturbance free. It will be pandemonium. So you can't say bring. Switch what? Switch on or switch off? So I think turn off in order to be disturbance free. Yes, the superfluous, more faster. She was promoted, blank space, her excellent performance. Despite indicates contrast. And she got promoted, she had the excellent performance, there is no contrast out there. You can say because in terms of context, but you need a preposition here, not a conjunction, because you don't have a complete sentence. So in order to add the object, her excellent performance, just the object, add a preposition. That's a conjunction, owing to, due to, the best choice. Nancy, because it's a conjunction, you need a preposition just to add the objects out there. Ensuring a reliable 24/7 electric supply is not merely a matter of convenience. It is a foundation for India's ambition to become a developed nation. Recognizing this, the government has pushed for essential infra upgrades in power generation and distribution systems. However, one critical weak link requiring immediate action is cybersecurity. One critical weak link requiring immediate action is cybersecurity in the power sector. Globally, the energy sector has long been among the most vulnerable critical infras from a cybersecurity perspective. Cyber attacks attempt to infiltrate computer systems or networks, steal, alter, destroy information, can disrupt essential services. They include malware. That was SSC Steno 2023, if you guys remember. The whole theme was there. Radhe Radhe, Komish. They include malware, phishing, ransomware, and this denial of service, which overload systems to make them unusable. The consequences are severe, from grid disruption that cut power to essential services to data breaches, exposing valuable commercial data. Tracking or tracing these attacks requires complex processes like analyzing network traffic, identifying patterns, and collaborating with the international cybersecurity agencies. However, they often employ advanced tactics to cover their attacks, making attribution particularly challenging. This complexity highlights the need for robust cybersecurity measures and international cooperation to effectively address cyber threats. India has developed a comprehensive regulatory and policy framework for cybersecurity in the power sector. The CEA, will check later if asked, has issued detailed technical guidelines. Okay, this NCIIPC issue periodic advisories. However, distribution companies must possess the capabilities to act, just a sec, to act on these advisories when operations are outsourced. The ability to monitor and fulfill regulatory functions may be limited, and swift responses to emerging threats at all levels remain critical. Okay, Sachin, welcome, brother. So what challenge arises when operations in the power sector are outsourced? That was marked in the last line. However, distribution companies must process the capabilities to act on these advisories. When the operations are outsourced, the ability to monitor, fulfill functions may be limited. I repeat, when operations are outsourced, the ability to monitor, functions may be limited. A complete absence, no, that's limited, not the complete absence we can say. Reduced capacity, limited capacity, a better choice. Over reliance on international agencies, not marked in the passage. Inability, no, limited ability. So reduced capacity to monitor, respond swiftly to the responses. What role this CEA, I remember something such was there, CEA, we'll check, no problem. CEA, it issues detailed technical guidelines, issuing detailed technical guidelines. Come on. If the answers are straight, need not check them further. Tone of the passage, caution, yes. Optimistic, no. Neutral, no. No. The author is not saying if we do this, this will happen. If we do this, this will happen. The last line itself is not neutral. When operations are outsourced, because companies are outsourcing their operations, the ability becomes limited. Responses at all levels remain critical. You can't say neutral. Indignant, angry, no angry, no neutral, not at all optimistic, putting caution in our minds that yes, energy sector can also be vulnerable. Which of the following is not mentioned in the method of cyber attack in the passage? Okay, we will check all the cyber attacks in the passage. I remember it was, say, malware, phishing, ransomware, denial of service. Ransomware, yep. Phishing, yep. Malware, yes. It was denial of service there, not this distributed denial of service. In short, we can say that was DOS, not DDoS. Extra D should be dropped. We have a class, everybody here, people who are regular and know me, in the regulatory body stream that was supposed to be on Friday or Saturday at 7, just after this one. So would love to see you out there. People who watch me live on a daily basis, you are requested to be live in the regulatory body stream for the last class we will have today at 7 p.m. just after this one. You got the message? Nancy, Yashwanti and everybody. Just for learning purposes, nobody's perfect for that. Squander is to waste money. Wander? No, quite different. Can't be synonymous. Meander? No. Perambulate? No. But I think dissipation is to distribute and squander is also to waste money in the same way. So all fine. Look at the meaning of the words. Meander, following a winding course, and perambulate, traveling through or round a place or area for pleasure or in the leisurely way. Both these words, meander and perambulate, define some walk. Casual walk, you can say, and for fun, for stroll and such. So they may define walk. Yes. Wander, nope. This will now be wander. This will be wander, walking for fun, and that way squander, dissipate, money. A very old sweater is worn by him. He wears a very old sweater. Perfect. Present indefinite all there. No ing, no had, no future. No future. The new policy left the employees in a state of total confusion. You have to mark the idiom to define the meaning of total confusion. Burn the candle at both hands, to be extravagant it will be. To be working extra hard it will be. Hit below the belt will be trying unfair means. Let the cat out of the bag will be to reveal the secret. None of these three define this. So fine. Throw into disarray. That will be a state of confusion. Perplexity, the answer. It defines the same. Doubts welcome. She said, may God bless you, your newborn child. May should be might here. God have to bless. See, God have to bless your child. No compulsion out there. Will, no, might. Just only in one sentence. The rest of the fraction is all fine. She wished, yes, Nancy, to be in a state of confusion or perplexity. Another passage. Okay, close test. Our solar system consists of the sun and everything that surrounds it. Yes, covering this, encompassing this. Escape. If it escapes, goes out, how would I define that a part of solar system? No. Collapse, negative. Illuminates, no. Lights are discussed here. Okay. It includes planets, moons, asteroids, comets. Sun is a massive star at the center of the system, and its blank space provides light and heat. Okay, the gravity of the sun provides light and heat. The orbit, the tranquility. Come on, sun is not tranquil. It's heating at thousands of billions of millions of degrees Celsius. The only possible answer, the radiations of the sun provide heat and light to all of us. The radiations. Uh, the inner planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, are known as terrestrial planets, okay, because we live here. They are marked by solid surfaces and small sizes compared to the other planets. In contrast, the outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, the pronunciation is not Neptune, can check in dictionaries, are known as giants. It shouldn't be terrestrial because the author has put contrast, but they may be celestial, they may be gaseous, they may be mysterious. I'm not sure about that. Look at the cloze test. It'll define you itself. It is saying because they primarily consist of gases. So for sure they'll be the gaseous ones. And the last one. So the region between Mars and Jupiter is home to a large number of asteroids, while comets, consisting of this, orbit the sun in more blank space path. Spherical path. Sphere is a 3D dimension. Everything such. Planets cannot have a spherical path. I'm sorry. Centric, centered over there, but they'll be revolving. So the path should not be centric. Chaotic, having noise, chaos. It is not the definition of a path. The only possibility out there, elliptical. She said, I've been baking for hours. Okay. She said that she has been baking for hours. That's all fine, but you have to transform a sentence from past in past. So shouldn't be has been, should be had been, perfect. No was, no would have, no will have in the options. Doubts? Welcome. I got this wrong because of the ambiguity, no problem. Talking about something repeatedly doesn't help. Okay, beat a dead horse. You better know the meaning of this idiom is to have futile results. Just a sec. We have some messages in the official group. That's why I'm checking. Not because I want to have my personal WhatsApp. Okay. So talking about something repeatedly doesn't necessarily help. Beating a dead horse, I think, because I know this is to have repeated actions but producing no result. Okay. Let the cat out of the bag is to reveal secret. No. Early bird catches the worm. No. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. You are just making plans in your mind, not executing them, so they won't be worth. Once you execute them, then you can have the results. I thought of B and clicked B as a better choice, but the ambiguity preferred A. Yes, Yashwanti. I don't know, but yes, that is fine. I agree. But they shouldn't be putting, in my opinion, so close options, because that is not directly correct. If I say, if you check on Google also, let me check this live. I haven't, because I have remembered this idiom for a long time. This is not a new one, or I have gone through this. Flog a dead horse. Waste energy on a lost cause or a situation that cannot be changed. So this is to flog a dead horse. One can say, sir, that is not actually flog a dead horse. That is beat a dead horse. Brother, that's almost the same. Let's say beat a dead horse won't make a difference. If it does, I am at fault. If it does, Come on. Google is showing the same result when I asked for beat a dead horse. Beat a dead horse. Flog a dead horse. Waste energy on a lost cause or a situation that cannot be changed. So yes, it is to make futile search, futile efforts that are not going to produce any result. I quite recently shared this in the reels also, in the, I'm sorry, say shorts also. So that was so close. Agree? That is not wrong. I agree that's not wrong, but the options are so close and the sentence defines ambiguity. No problem. In exams, it will happen, it may happen. In Africa, high levels of particulate matter, PM 2.5 pollution from vehicle tailpipe emissions cause poor health, development stunting, and even death. Vehicle emissions also contribute to global warming. Vehicles, electric, could help solve these problems, but they've been slow to take off in the region. One of the reasons of slow uptake is the high cost of electric vehicles. They also have limited range. Batteries are slow to charge, a problem for long distances of or frequent driving. Inability of countries to generate, distribute enough clean energy is also a barrier to electrifying vehicles. Just over half of all electricity in the region comes from burning fossil fuels. The line is interesting. Powering electric vehicles with electricity generated by burning fossil fuels won't reduce carbon emissions. They are almost the same. Okay. However, the rollout of electric motorcycles and small public transport vehicles has already begun. If all vehicles could be made locally using clean energy, there'll be tremendous economic benefits for the region. Transitioning to electric mobility requires clean energy provision, which means investing in electricity infra. Electric vehicle charging stations can be installed fast. South Africa already has a very high electric vehicle ratio of one charger to every 5 cars compared to the UK at 120. But these charging stations must be able to deliver electricity when vehicles need it. They need to be reliable, renewable energy stored in large battery systems to do so, and these systems are still being developed. There, informal public transport moves about 72% of the passengers. Freight moves goods in the absence of enough rail. Electrifying these sectors need careful planning. Transport sector must make the transition to electric mobility faster than the breakneck speed at which the smartphones were adopted. If it is to meet the net zero, that means an end to carbon emissions by 2050. Costly electrical civil infra will be needed soon. So what infra improvement is needed to successfully transition to electric vehicles in sub-Saharan Africa? Okay. More fossil fuel power plants? No, because they will be the same. Increased public transport facility? Fine. Reliable renewable energy and charging stations? More car manufacturers? No, no, just a sec. What infra improvement is needed to successfully transition to electric vehicles? Infra. I think costly electrical and civil infra will be needed soon. So I got this right, but I'm not sure which was the part I answered. More fossil fuels? No. Increased public transport? That is already. I think that should be the answer. And this is. Got it. Because that was already 72. 72 informal public transports at about this. So that is all fine, 72% of that. You better need the charging stations. They must be available whenever needed and reliable, renewable energy sources. Yes, a better choice. Komesh, second last paragraph and third line. Second last paragraph and third line. Yes, you are correct. Yes, 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 yes. Yep, 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 yep. But I had a second thought at this. Okay, no problem. I got this wrong. I know I got this wrong, but after I clicked this, what about the meaning of uptake? What about the meaning of the word uptake here? Just a sec. No electricity now. I think my solar panel has been hacked as marked in the previous one. Phishing and such. Uptake is marked over here. Just a sec. Sorry for the disturbance. Come on. Yes. One of the reasons for low uptake is the high cost of electric vehicles. In my mind, I had the theme uptake, which is low. So I click decrease in the usage of the product because I had in my mind for low uptake is the high cost of electric vehicles. Okay, but that's the definition of low uptake, not uptake. The author is asking uptake. When you use this, when you take this, adopt, adapt, that way. The extent of adoption, using, taking a product. That's why this is not used, because it has high cost of electric vehicles, so the uptake is low. People are not using that because of the high cost. Got this another one wrong, only two wrong this time. Which is most appropriate title? Challenges of electrifying transportation. Yes. Benefits? No. Vehicles and global warming? No. Overcoming the barriers to electric mobility in Africa. I didn't read this passage quite comfortably this time, so I have to have a second thought. Challenges of electrifying transportation, overcoming the barriers to electric mobility in Africa. Come on. The benefits of electric? No. Global warming? No. Challenges of electrifying transportation to overcoming the barriers to electric mobility. Okay, if I get this wrong, kindly excuse me. Thank you. A better choice, because D is also not bad. But throughout the passage, you got the challenges, the cost, renewable energy sources, adoption of all these policies, electrifying this, infra, and stuff like that. So yeah, these are the challenges of electrifying transportation in Africa. Yeah. And it's better to say sub-Saharan Africa. The whole passage is talking about sub-Saharan Africa, not Africa. It all started with sub-Saharan Africa. So calling Africa will also make that ambiguous. The other statements do not mention Africa. Done. According to the passage, how does South Africa compare to the UK in terms of electric vehicle charging stations? South Africa has more charging stations. Yes, of course. They have 125. UK had 1 to 20. They have marked. Yes. South Africa has a high electric vehicle ratio of 1 charger for 5 cars compared to the UK for 1 charger for 20 cars. So they have 1 for 5, they have 1 for 20. High ratio. South Africa has more charging stations. Of course. Fewer? No. They have same? No. No charging stations they have, but 1 to 20 is the ratio. And the last but not the least one, come on. I took just 6 seconds to answer this. Let's go. Incorrectly spelled. Eminent. The eminent scientist. E-M-I. You know the spelling. Heavily. Cyclist. Froth formation. Eminent. That's all from my side. Thank you so much for being here. One can join. We are starting a new batch here. Not promoting, but informing. Not promoting, but just informing that we have a new course starting tomorrow, 11th of December. Both the English medium one, the English medium one, this particular one. The selection batch for CGL Tier 2. It's all visible now. And tomorrow we have a class. I'll inform you in the Telegram group. I will inform you in the Telegram group for sure. That should be on the app. No problem if it is there on YouTube. You will get the link. Okay. So would love to see you in the selection batch starting tomorrow. One can enroll at just $499 only. And yes, if you are a part of SSC Super Elite, it is already available in SSC Super Elite subscription. You already have the access. Welcome. See you tomorrow. Okay, and people who are live are requested to join the next session, which is for RBI Grade B out there on that channel. Thank you so much for your presence. I hope that was interesting. That was a good, what should I say, set mock with moderate level questions. Typically what SSC asks. Thank you so much. Nitesh, Yashwanti, Sandhya, Komesh, Kamal, Vinay, thank you, brother. Aditya, Suman, Wrinkle, Yashwanti, Radhe Radhe, Gunjan, Vishal, Sanjana, Komesh, and all of you here. Nancy, thank you. Yes. Aman, Radhe Radhe, Love Kush. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Okay, finishing it now.